A patent is an intellectual property right granted by the government of a nation to an inventor that gives him or her the exclusive right to the invention for up to 20 years in exchange for disclosing the details of the new technology for society's benefit. In the United States, a patent is a legal instrument in the form of a document issued by the United States Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO. It gives the inventor of any new, useful, and non-obvious machine, process, manufacturer, or composition of matter the right to exclude others from making, using, offering for sale, or selling the invention throughout the United States, or importing the invention into the United States for a limited time in exchange for public disclosure of the invention. 1. A U.S. patent is only recognized domestically and cannot be enforced in another country. The legal foundation for U.S. intellectual property rights was laid by the founders in 1787 in the very first article of the U.S. Constitution, which outlined the precepts of our democratic society. In Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 of the Constitution, Congress was given the authority to promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing for limited times to authors and inventors the exclusive right to their respective writings and discoveries. Every society that affirms intellectual property rights offers two basic justifications for doing so: the bargain, or contract theory, and the natural rights theory. The bargain theory starts with the common sense promise that people will be encouraged to invent new products and services that benefit society if they are likely to profit by doing so. The U.S. Constitution thus offers inventors a bargain. If you invent something useful, e.g., a cotton gin in 1794 that boosted agricultural production 100-fold, or a semiconductor 163 years later that sparked the creation of $1 trillion new industry and millions of jobs, then the Constitution and statutes say that, as a quid pro quo, you can have the exclusive right to that invention for a limited time, after which it goes into the public domain and belongs to society. There is something so simple yet economically potent about this concept. As Abraham Lincoln, America's only presidential patentee, noted, the beauty of the patent system is that it added the fuel of interest to the fire of genius. The natural rights theory, meanwhile, invokes another common sense premise that most of us instinctively hold to be true: that the product of mental labor is by all rights the property of its creator, no less than the product of physical labor is the property of its creator, or of the person who purchases it from the creator. This right is not absolute, of course, and inventors' inherent rights may at times be restricted by national security or other concerns. But in exchange for disclosing to the public the nature and details of the invention for society's benefit, the Constitution authorizes the government to enforce the inventor's exclusive property right to that invention for a limited time. Two important public policy goals are thus served. The inherent property rights of inventors and authors to their creations are protected, thereby helping to ensure that the well springs of creation and productivity do not dry up for lack of incentive. And yet, the benefits derived from these inventions and creations are ultimately harnessed to the public good through disclosure, thus promoting the progress of the nation and the general welfare of its citizens. To help understand why patent rights stimulate invention and promote technological knowledge sharing, economic historians Naomi Lamoureux and the late Kenneth Sokoloff offered the following thought experiment. Imagine a world in which there were no patent system to guarantee inventors' property rights to their discoveries. In such a world, inventors would have every incentive to be secretive and to guard jealously their discoveries from competitors, because those discoveries could, of course, be copied with impunity. Now, by contrast, in a world where property rights in invention were protected, the situation would be very different. Inventors would now feel free to promote their discoveries as widely as possible so as to maximize returns either from commercializing their ideas themselves or from licensing rights to the idea to others. The protections offered by the patent system would thus be an important stimulus to the exchange of technological information in and of themselves. Moreover, the cross-fertilization that resulted from these information flows would be a potent stimulus to technological change. And sure enough, Extensive research in the United States and other nations shows that patents do in fact serve as a powerful stimulant to technological change and knowledge sharing.